Are you the type of individual who tends to be more inwardly focused and recharged through alone time or quiet activities? Are you the type who is reflective, observant, and thoughtful in your interactions with others? While introverts may enjoy socializing and forming close connections with others, they may also need time to themselves to process their thoughts and feelings. Introverts can be valuable members of society, contributing their unique perspectives and strengths in various fields. There are many things to notice about being an introvert, so let us discuss them today. Hi everyone, and welcome to UpThink. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and click that subscribe button along with the notification bell for content about life advice. If this is not your first time with us, we're so happy to have you here again. Being an introvert has many fascinating traits and behaviors, and in this video, we will discuss 10 things only introverts relate to. Number 1. The quiet group. Many people have an introverted personality, and it is not an uncommon trait. Unfortunately, society often depicts extroverts as the norm, even though there are just as many introverts, if not more. However, extroverts tend to be more vocal and prominent, making it seem like they're the only ones present in social situations. At a social gathering, for example, you might notice the loud and lively extroverts at the center of attention and assume you are the only introvert. But in reality, introverts tend to blend into the background, preferring to avoid the limelight and to keep to themselves. As a result, introverts make up a large, quiet percentage, while extroverts seem to dominate most social settings. To put it simply, being an introvert is completely normal. Even though society might label your preference for quiet and solitude as strange, the truth is that introverts are a common personality type. You might feel like the odd one out in a world that glorifies extroversion, but you are far from alone in your tendencies toward reflection and introspection. Number 2. Excellent listening skills. Introverts have the remarkable quality of being attentive listeners. Often, they derive more pleasure from hearing than speaking. This is because introverts comprehend the influence and significance of listening attentively. Regrettably, many individuals encounter difficulties in expressing themselves as they feel unheard in their mundane lives. Consequently, they struggle to share their thoughts, considering that no one is interested in listening. Conversely, introverts have a proclivity for being conscious and concentrative listeners, and they invest their efforts in absorbing what others have to say with care and attention. They seek to lend a compassionate ear to those around them, serving as a sounding board for others in need of a receptive audience. The act of being heard truly and deeply can wield transformative effects on one's psyche, alleviating the burden of stress, tension, and frustration that may otherwise feel insurmountable in the absence of a willing listener. During these pivotal moments, a compassionate listener is paramount, and introverts excel in this domain, despite their reputation for being less loquacious than their extroverted counterparts. Their propensity for attentive listening also affords them the capacity to dispense exceptional guidance born out of their ability to fully comprehend the intricacies of others' experiences. Introverts strive to empathize with one's struggles, taking into account the nuances of their personality in order to provide guidance for resolving challenges. Although reserved listeners may not attract as much attention, their impact can be immense, and introverts in particular recognize the power of a compassionate ear. Number 3. Content to call off. Do you experience a surge of anticipation before a festive gathering or a significant affair? Or do you harbor a secret desire that your agenda might not come to fruition? For a considerable number of introverted individuals, the prospect of a downpour or a last-minute cancellation can be a welcome reprieve. Unlike their extroverted counterparts who relish the prospect of social engagements, introverts often approach these events with a sense of trepidation, their energy levels depleted by the inevitable exertion of these gatherings. Although numerous introverts savor the prospect of socializing, there exists a threshold to the extent of social contact that they can tolerate. Once this threshold is surpassed, the natural inclination is to seek solace in the familiarity of one's personal space. Communication with others becomes a chore, social appearances lose their appeal, and the opinions of others cease to matter. In the event of an unforeseen cancellation, a wave of relief can wash over introverts as the burden of social obligations is lifted from their shoulders, bringing a sense of significant reprieve. Number 4. Cautious strides. Extroverted individuals tend to exhibit a greater inclination towards spontaneity in comparison to their introverted counterparts, often demonstrating a willingness to take daring risks or venture into uncharted territories with a sense of confidence. They value their ability to think on their feet and tend to cultivate this skill by seeking out new and exciting experiences. Conversely, introverted individuals tend to operate at a more deliberate pace with a natural tendency towards careful and thoughtful action. Introverted individuals tend to have a preference for moving at a pace that is congruent with their own personal style, be it in their personal or professional lives or any other area in between. This can often prove vexing for extroverted individuals who may become agitated or annoyed by the slower pace. They may grow impatient, urging introverts to take on challenges that they are not quite ready for or attempting to accelerate the pace of progress beyond what introverts are comfortable with. From an extroverted perspective, it can feel as though introverts are moving at a sluggish pace. Rather than acting impulsively, they adopt a pensive approach by thoroughly reflecting on options before arriving at a decision. This introspective process enables them to delve deep into their innermost desires and goals, thereby providing clarity and direction. Given their inclination towards introspection, introverts tend to require an ample amount of time to navigate complex decision-making scenarios. Though this methodical approach may seem time-consuming, it helps introverts cultivate confidence in their choices. This nuanced perspective is only truly comprehended by fellow introverts. Number 5. Contradictory aspirations. Numerous introverts grapple with a paradox of sorts. They are simultaneously drawn towards establishing profound and enduring relationships with an ardent desire to connect with others at a profound and intimate level by discussing personal, meaningful topics. Yet, introverts also have a strong inclination towards independence, cherishing their solitude and seeking personal space. In other words, introverts have an innate urge to understand people on a deeper level, but they also yearn for the autonomy and freedom that comes with solitude. For introverts, the desire to detach from the world and find peace and quiet can be a strong pull. However, they also have a longing for deep and meaningful relationships that can be at odds with their need for independence. Balancing these two opposing needs can be a challenge for many introverts, leading to a lifelong struggle. The tug of these conflicting desires can create a push and pull effect, making it difficult to find a comfortable balance. Extroverts may find it easy to resolve this conflict, but for introverts, it can be a constant tug of war between two opposing needs. The desire to connect with loved ones on a deep and meaningful level can be at odds with the need to escape from the demands of everyday life. It is a dilemma that many introverts face as they yearn for both intimacy and independence. This push and pull between contradictory aspirations can create a sense of tension, making it challenging to strike a balance that feels satisfying. Hey guys, we hope you are enjoying the video so far, and if you are, let us know by hitting that like button. Your enjoyment and learning truly encourage us to keep putting out content like this. Thanks! Now, back to the video. Number 6. Eating out alone. Do you ever treat yourself to a solitary dining experience? Unfortunately, there's a certain image attached to dining alone that can make it seem like a dreary or lonesome activity, particularly in the eyes of extroverts who might assume that individuals eating by themselves lack company or companionship. However, introverts recognize that there's nothing inherently wrong with dining solo and may even relish the opportunity to dine in peace and quiet. Ultimately, whether dining alone or with a company, it is essential to embrace the dining experience that feels most fulfilling to you. In truth, dining alone can be a more enjoyable experience than dining with others. For one, solo dining provides an opportunity to savor and appreciate your food on a deeper level. By focusing exclusively on the flavors, textures, and aromas of your meal, you can cultivate a more refined palate and heightened appreciation for the culinary arts. Conversely, when dining with companions, the attention is often split between the food and conversation, which can detract from the dining experience itself. It is easy to become distracted and neglectful of the food in front of you as you engage in conversation and social interaction. Ultimately, while dining with friends can be a fun and fulfilling experience, solo dining offers its own unique pleasures and should not be dismissed as lonely or sad. However, when dining solo, the pressure to engage in conversation is lifted, and you can indulge in your meal at your own pace without distraction. Whether it is savoring each bite, appreciating the presentation of the dish, or simply taking in the ambience of the surroundings, solo dining provides ample opportunities for introverts to connect with their inner selves and surroundings. While extroverts may not appreciate these advantages, for introverts, dining alone offers a chance to truly enjoy and engage with their food and environments in a way that is simply not possible when dining with others. If you are an introvert looking to fully immerse yourself in your dining experience, consider giving solo dining a try. Number 7. Tranquil seclusion. While extroverts gain their energy from social interactions and thrive in lively, bustling settings, introverts find solace in solitude. In contrast to their outgoing counterparts, introverts prefer spending most of their time alone, often finding peace and contentment in their own company. For introverts, alone time is not just a preference but a necessity for their own well-being, helping them feel comfortable, grounded, and fulfilled. While some may view introverts as antisocial or shy, their need for solitude is simply a part of who they are and an important aspect of their self-care routine. The presence of others often distracts introverts from their true self, but when they are alone, everything feels right. Solitary activities such as creative endeavors and cerebral hobbies are what introverts cherish most. It is not that introverts dislike socializing altogether. In fact, many have meaningful connections with others that we will delve into later. However, the only time when you can genuinely find tranquility is during moments of isolation. Number 8. Solo liberty. In general, individuals with extroverted personalities tend to view their free time as an opportunity to engage with others, discover new things, and participate in social activities that provide them with excitement and energy. On the other hand, those who identify as introverts tend to spend their free time in ways that reflect their preference for more solitary and reflective activities, which provide them with a sense of calm and relaxation. Consider someone who prefers a more low-key lifestyle. They may choose to spend their ideal weekend at home enjoying their own company and the peace and quiet of their surroundings. To an extrovert, this may seem uneventful or unfulfilling. For extroverts, the weekend is an opportunity to engage with the world around them, explore new areas, meet new people, and have fun. However, for introverts, such activities can be overwhelming and draining. Instead, they may use their free time to focus on themselves, engage in solitary pursuits, and recharge their batteries. While others may see this as dull or unexciting, introverts know that true contentment can be found in being true to oneself, even if that means spending time alone. Number 9. Peace in nature. Exploring nature alone is a beloved activity among numerous introverts. Engaging in a solitary hike or indulging in a few hours of quiet reading by the water's edge is the epitome of a perfect afternoon for these individuals. Given that the hustle and bustle of urban life can be overwhelming for introverts, especially if they work in a frenetic corporate setting, they gravitate towards more peaceful settings in nature. Introverts are constantly required to interact with others, and their surroundings are in a constant state of flux, teeming with stimuli that can be overwhelming. The longer they remain in these bustling spaces, the more disconnected they become from their true selves. Their drive is diminished, their interests become unclear, and they struggle to find inspiration. When the week is done, many introverts yearn for a calm respite from the hustle and bustle of city life. They find solace in nature, be it a solitary hike through the woods or a relaxing day spent by the water's edge. Amidst the trees and the mountains, they take a deep breath of the fresh air and feel a renewed sense of clarity as they reconnect with their inner selves. These solo trips become a common activity for them as they use the natural environment around them to find balance within themselves again. Contrary to what others may think, these little trips are hardly boring or lonely. Rather, they feel a sense of peace and satisfaction in doing so. Number 10. Silent but assured. In a world where extroverts often steal the spotlight, introverts are often mistaken for being shy wallflowers. However, hushed tones do not always mean fear of speaking. In fact, countless assertive individuals thrive in their introverted nature, merely preferring the serenity of silence. Venturing into the perspective of introverts, we discover they are not silent out of fear, but rather from a preference for meaningful words. These thoughtful beings may drift away from idle chatter or find solace in the serene corners of a space, distinguishing them from their shy counterparts. While extroverts may not grasp this distinction, many introverts profoundly comprehend this. Frankly, whether you are an introvert or an extrovert, everyone has their own unique qualities in dealing with certain situations or possessing certain habits. Thank you so much for watching, and if you learned something from this video or resonated with some of the things here, let us know by leaving a comment below. We always love to read your thoughts and opinions. If you have not subscribed yet, go ahead and click that subscribe button below for more educational videos from us. We hope to see you again in the next video. Bye for now.